Okay, but are you guys ready for me to become your favorite YouTuber right now? Cause, like, just look at this shit. Look at this! Oh my gosh! Oh, hello there! But yeah, did that make me your favorite person ever? Because, like, that made me my favorite person ever. This is so cute! But anyways, hi, I'm Jenna the Dark One, and welcome to today's video! Today we have my 4th writing video, which I think is just crazy because my writing journey has changed so much since I started these, and these are like one of my favorite videos to make, and I know you guys really love them, so let's get on to what I've been up to. But before we begin, if you have not seen the first 3 episodes in this series, click over here in the cards, and it'll lead you to the whole playlist of all of them, and then you can roll back over here. Or you can just watch this straight out. You'll catch on eventually. And remember to leave your questions about my manuscript down below so I can answer them in the next writing video. But speaking of your questions, here are the answers to the questions I got last video. Jessica from JLW_writes, linked in the cards by the way, asked, are there specific themes that you try to work into your stories, or do you just write and let the themes appear on their own and let the story happen? Most of the time, I just tend to write the story and the themes pop out on their own, but I know from my own experience in writing multiple different stories that there's just some themes that I gravitate towards and end up in most of my stories. Nightmares and their metaphors and questions about who am I really and whether blood is thicker than water, all those kinds of things tend to slip their way into my stories in one way or another, but again, every book is different. The only book that I've purposely threaded a theme into was Spaceborne, and that was the greatness of morality that I desperately wanted to play with, and it's still something I define as a staple for #SpeedBook. Karina Stafer also wanted to know how intricate I thought side plots should be. From first-hand experience, I think it depends on what kind of side plot it is and whether the side plot affects the main plot directly or not, but I was thinking about doing a whole video on this topic, so if you guys want to see that, do tell me down below and ask me questions about side plots that you think I should answer in that video, and I'll get back to you guys on that. Anyways, I know the side plots for Spaceborne that take up the most page space and are the most intricate are the ones that directly influence the plot or the characters or foreshadow something in the future and basically impact the characters in a way that will impact the main plot. Example, Soraya has gone through some fucked up shit that has left her a little fucked up also. When things go from bad to worse, she also goes from okay to really fucking bad. In her lowest points, she does some fucked up shit, and that shit comes around to bite her in the ass. And that bite in the ass affects the main plot. But also her as a person, and kind of gives her the kick in the ass that she needs to face the rest of the story. That's why those kinds of side plots get more page space than side plots about a crewmate who has contraband snacks on board the ship. And yes, if you're wondering, that really is part of the story, but it's not all just fluff, it actually has to do with the plot, I swear. It's not just fluff. The snacks are important. As for my progress on Spaceborne, I am heading full force into draft number 3 and focusing mostly on the scenes that I've missed, just tiny little ones here and there that actually end up being kind of a lot, because I've noticed I've missed a lot of tiny things that I forgot to put in there before, scenes that were just I didn't have the right information gathered yet, or things that I hadn't pictured well enough in my mind to write. I need to go back in and make sure that I get those all settled out so the whole manuscript will be there. But I'm also outlining book 2 as I'm doing that. I technically have the full outline already done, but the second half of the book seems a little weird, so I'm kind of setting that on the back burner for a second, focusing back on the missing scenes, and then once I've let the outline breathe for a little bit, I'll go back in, fix what I can, and then probably start working on the first half of the book, because the first half of the book is solid. I've had it pictured in my mind forever, and then I'll fix the end of it later. Before I write it though, because I don't want to have to go and cut too many scenes, because I've cut quite a lot of scenes from Spaceborne already. I already killed so many babies, if you know that reference. I'm also almost to the point of printing out the manuscript and editing it with these lovely red pens that I bought the other day, which I opened them and wrote with them just to make sure that they were good, and oh my god, they feel amazing. But yeah, I'm hoping to do that sometime between mid and late June, maybe the start of July if I really get distracted writing the second book rather than the first one, and if I do, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm not quite to the beta reader stage yet, but I wanted to know how many people would be interested in that. So if you are, make sure to comment down below and tell me so I can get a good idea of how many people are interested and I can plan accordingly. Also, I'd like to show you guys this big calendar that I have that months ago I put down specific dates and deadlines I wanted to have for stuff, and I completely forgot about this one deadline that I had on there, but when I flipped over the calendar for this month, oh, did I find a surprise. So, let me see if I can show you guys here. But I write down deadlines and everything, and you know, usually the videos that I want to post here and stuff, and like here you can see I went to Disneyland and all that kind of stuff. I like to have it all big and blown out so I can really get a good gist of how I should spend my time on specific days. But if you look over here, I set this deadline for May 24th, 2017 for the first draft of Spaceborne due. And I put this down there months ago, like when I first got this calendar, so almost about a year ago. I flipped through to the end of it to about a year later when I wanted to have the first draft done, and I got that first draft done months in advance. Like, you remember when I was crying in a video about finishing it and everything? Like, that's the day I finished that. This is the day I planned to have it finished, when I thought it was going to be done. And now I'm going into draft 3, which is completely insane. Like, but yeah, that was my original goal for finishing it. Also, this month I would like to tell you guys about a specific character in honor of Ramadan, which starts today, the day you are watching this video. So I decided to talk about Second Officer Camilla Tariq of the SS Aquila. She's a Muslim hijab-wearing woman who works like a busy bee all around the ship to make sure everything is in order and just as it should be. She was meant to take over as first officer after her last captain and his first officer died in the field, but has refused the position on multiple occasions for reasons her crew and everyone else is not really sure of. Especially because she's taking all of the extra work anyways. Her relationship with Soraya can be described as complicated, and her relationships with the rest of the crew can be described as warm but strained because of her busy schedule and her lack of free time to actually bond with people, sadly. Because she's wonderful and a big baby, okay? But still, she always manages to find time for her best friend, the ship medic, Dr. Claudel. The next characters you can choose to learn more about are Blue, a hacker kid with naturally growing out blue hair, and Knights, who doesn't give two shits about his own damn hair, and also Dr. Claudel. Also, if you want a sneak peek at the Spaceborne prologue, make sure to check out my writer website linked down below to join the newsletter, where once a month you will get some sneak peeks at Speeby. And this month you'll also be getting a special letter from Camilla herself. Now it's time for the song of the writing video that I've been listening to non-stop since I found it, and it's by a singer that I think everyone else already knew about years ago, but I barely found her, and I adore all of her music. It reminds me all of Speeby. And, yeah, now I'm gonna do a dramatic dance to it, but it's, I'm in it with you, yeah. I'm in it with you by Lorene. Lorena. Is it something like that? I have no idea. Time to activate that white girl dancing. But yeah, that's it for today's video. So remember to comment down below any of your questions, comments, or concerns regarding anything I've mentioned with my manuscript, my writing process, etc, etc, etc. You can ask me about characters, my writing process, other songs I'm listening to, specific things about locations, anything that I've mentioned in these videos at all. You can comment down below and let me know what you're interested in hearing more about. And also remember to go check out my newsletter linked down below on my writer website where you can get that nice teaser for the Spaceborne prologue. And remember to subscribe because I make writing and comedy related videos every Friday. But I'll see you guys next time, so bye!